Yes, Daddy, yes.
So, everybody, X, formerly known as Twitter, has rolled out a new feature. And this new feature directly correlates with K-pop. And this new feature has caused a big explosion on the internet. And so I'm going to explain to you guys what this new feature is, how this new feature correlates to K-pop, and what you guys can do as a fan or a fandom to protect yourself from social media. But where are my manners? Anyo, aniseyo, welcome, hello, hola, konnichiwa, nihama, guten tag, hello, everybody out there. My name is Nomadic Kitty. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where we discuss K-pop, the industry, and things that go on within the K-pop industry. This is a delulu-free zone. This is a non-toxic, safe space, sanctuary, if you will, for K-pop fans, especially K-pop fans that are of a certain age. And today I have a topic that I have wanted to talk about for a very, very, very long time. And so finally I now have the precipice, the gateway into this topic. And so make sure you like, share, subscribe, and make comment at the end at the video in the comment section. And you give your opinion, I give my opinion, and let's talk about it and discuss. So what is so important? I'm going to tell you guys something very important, something very groundbreaking happened in the world of social media technology. Now, I am not a person who is on X, so let me just put that out there anyway. But it has caused something that has caused pretty much been an S-storm in a lot of spaces. K-pop is just one of my hobbies. This is number 5 on my list of overall hobbies. I love K-pop. I have a K-pop channel, but K-pop is not my top list of things. Politics and history and science and fantasy those are like my top 4. K-pop will be number 5. So in the political space, Elon Musk, dare I even say the name, child, but X has introduced a new feature. Now, this feature is where you can look at someone's account, go to their profile, and tell their country origin. This has shook up the political world. Okay, why would this shake up the political world? Something that seems very, very innocent and very simple. It has shook up the political world. If you are not aware, I'm in America. I live in America. I'm American. And we are basically on a precipice, not a precipice, but are very much politically divided. Social media, which is one of many reasons why I'm not on social media, has stoked division. There are social media accounts making lots of money with lots of clicks and views and lots of subscribers, pushing certain political narratives, making posts that are very racially, politically divisive, and I'm just putting it mild. In my mind, a lot of people follow these accounts, whether they be on Facebook. I'm not just pointing out X, but this is all over. This is Instagram. This is all over social media. Reddit, there's Reddit groups, Reddit sites and groups that do the same thing with these accounts. So I'm not just picking on X, but this is the technology that they have and new technology introduced. But on X, there are a lot of political sites, and now, like I said, that are right-wing sites that push Trump supporters. They push Elon Musk. They push a certain type of narrative online. And people are finding out that these accounts are not American-based. When you look at their country of origin, you see India, Russia, Nigeria, Pakistan, etc., etc. So these people are not America or Trump or Christian or whoever fanboys or fangirls. No, that is not the case. Some people have kind of like missed the point. These are not foreign people who just really love America. These are people who are online pretending to be living in America. And they are not, number 1. Number 2, these people are pretending to be like, make America great and America first. And, yeah, Trump, get him. I've seen posts about immigration. The gag, honey, the gag of it all is these people are not even in this country. There are whole websites talking about topics about American politics and what goes on in America and American economy and criticizing certain groups of people. A lot of times people of color, and they're like, we need to get these people out of our country. Honey, you're not even here. The gag. you're not even here. Now, this doesn't shock me, but it has come to a surprise gasp to quite a few people. And I just sit back and kiki and giggle because I've known this all along. So people are finding out that these channels, no, these are not American fanboys. These are people who have bot farms, who have either been paid to do this by other entities, other political rivals or political entities, or people who just do these channels because they're going to get a lot of clicks and views. So whether it's negative and negative, unfortunately, negativity brings a lot of clicks and views. A lot of clicks and views brings engagement, which brings what? Money. So if you're living in a dirt hut in a third world country somewhere, not to offend people living in a dirt hut, I love y'all. I have a lot of international viewers and international fans. But if you are living in a third world country, I'm not knocking the bag. The quick way to get some money is through the internet. So as long as you have a connection and you have Chat GPT, because again, some of these posts these people are writing sound corny as heck, and you can tell that they're using AI programs to write posts. These posts ain't real. These people don't really feel this way. These people probably barely even know what's going on in America, but they've seen other channels and other sites get flooded with comments and views and stuff that are bad or good, and they are using this as their advantage. They're using this to make money off of their social media. And again, once I said I am not knocking the bag, I'm just telling the fools that sit here and follow this. So the people who follow these channels online thinking these people are full on Elon Musk, Trumper thumpers, people who are anti-immigration, these people don't exist, y'all. These people aren't real. And people follow these channels. These channels are publishing disinformation left and right. So I know some of y'all are like, so Kiki, what does this have to do with K-pop and what are we supposed to do about it? Well, I am here to enlighten you and to tell you, because again, this is a conversation I wanted to have for a long, long time. So how does this new feature correlate to K-pop? Very simply. In many of my videos, I talked about new jeans and Adore and Minhee Jin. I have a whole playlist if you want to check out my videos that I've made about this and my live streams that I've talked about new jeans. Part of the many facets of new jeans and Minhee Jin, the Adore drama, scandal in K-pop, is the fact that they're the fandom, Team Bunnies, okay, have been wreaking a havoc on the industry, wreaking a havoc on other fandoms. Now, we have learned through newspaper articles and through court documents that Minhee Jin actually hired Adore employees to go online and post things about Eyelet's plagiarism, to post things about Le Sserafim. So that is evidence. That's not my opinion. That's not conspiracy theory. Those were in court documents. That Minhee Jin was having her employees at Adore go online and post things using certain hashtags and using certain keywords to get it out there that Eyelet was plagiarizing them, because that's what she felt like, or what leverage she could use. I don't know. That's up for debate. But I have said, so people have been talking about Team Bunnies and their fans. I've said for months and months and months now that the New Jeans fandom is overblown. I've looked high, I've looked low, I've looked up, I've looked down, I've looked all around. I've been on Korean sites, I've been on international spaces, I've been in groups, I've been stealth, I've been super secret person and joined groups and chat rooms all over. And I found that the comments that are underneath videos, the comments that are underneath articles are pretty sus. It's pretty sus. You will see the same comments. You will see like copy and paste. There's lots of evidence that some of these New Jeans fandom sites online are not real. So what I'm saying is, when X announced this feature, I started cracking up, because this should expose people. There are people pretending to be in Korea that are reporting on K-pop that are not in Korea. There are people who are pretending to be in any fandom, not just New Jeans, that are, you will look at their accounts, and I'm not saying you can't be in India and Pakistan. Of course you can be a fan, but they're dubious at best. There are hate accounts. They're anti-fans. And I'm like, are they really anti-fans, or are they paid actors? Are they really anti-fans, or are they bot accounts? So for those of you who don't understand the terms, a bot account is something that a computer programmer can make. They can go online, whether it be YouTube, whether it be any type of social media, and make an account. And then they can program these accounts to write certain comments based on videos or posts that people use in hashtags. So let's just say I make a video and I put hashtags in my video, hashtag new jeans, hashtag mini gen. So what people do when they activate these bots will read hashtags and they will automatically go to videos and post comments. They will automatically post comments. So sometimes you will watch a video or go on a social media site, and some of the comments don't make any sense. I've had it happen to me that some of the comments I've gotten on my videos make no sense according to what the video is. That's because these bot accounts are scanning the description, they're scanning the hashtags, and they're just posting comments. Because the comments won't make nothing to do with what I said in the video. So either the person is not reading, they're not watching the video, or these are bot accounts. And when you go look at these accounts, there's ways that you can tell that these are fake people. These are not real people, real accounts. And we'll get to that in a minute. But you will see a lot of this on the internet. Comments that are copy and paste. You're like, oh, I seen this comment in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 videos. So there are PR firms that hire people. There are computer programmers and people out there that companies can hire them to create bot farms. And so bot farms is just tons and tons of different social media, quote unquote, users that aren't real. They whenever you add them in the comments, they never respond. That's another way you can tell it's a bot account. You will see the same comments over and over again, based on certain topics. Like some certain topics will draw people. They're like, oh, they're trolls. I'm like, no, some of them are trolls, yes, but some of them are also bot accounts. And so people get paid to do this. People make money doing this. If you know the technology and how to do this, PR firms, political people, all kinds of industries use this. Use these people who are bot makers. And so these makers can make money. A lot of these people are in third world countries. All you need is a computer, some Wi-Fi, and some technical know-how. From what I know, I don't know a lot about how it's made, but from what I know, it doesn't take much to make bot accounts. It doesn't. You just have to have the right programs to do it. And it's not a lot of money to get these programs. And it's something that people can do at night or people can do in their spare time. And so people hire these people who live in third world countries to do it. Also, if you don't have bot farms, there are people out there that have content farms. So there's people out there who own many different accounts on many different platforms, and they will post a story and then they will flood the algorithms they will post one story and just spread it to 10 different accounts. The general public, the K-pop fandom, doesn't know that this account on Reddit, this YouTube channel, this account on X, this account here and there and everywhere are owned by the same person. They have different names, different descriptions. These will be accounts owned by one person or a company that they work for, and they will own multiple accounts. So sometimes you will see a quote unquote scandal. Again, I use the sugar scooter thing as an example. How many outlets, international outlets, not just in Korea, picked up this story and ran with it. And the more negative shit you can post, the more it attracts people, especially if the person is a public figure, a real famous public figure. So when the sugar scooter happened, there were a lot of new accounts that were popping up talking about this. And some people think that, they're talking to real people, but these were set up accounts. I don't know who set up these accounts. That's the time for another video on another day. But there is a lot of evidence that these people may have been paid actors, okay? But sometimes people will go on and see online what's trending, go and see what's trending on TikTok, and they will post things on these content farms to get people riled up, whether it be politics or K-pop or whatever. And they do these things as a way to bait people and to do these ways to get clicks and views. And again, if your channel is monetized on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or wherever, you are getting paid. So if you have multiple channels on multiple platforms, you are making easy money. You don't care about K-pop. You don't care about politics. You don't care whether Sugar fell off a scooter or not. You don't care whether Jungkook, there's some dating rumors. All they're doing is going online and seeing what is trending in a particular topic. And whatever that's the hottest thing on the internet, they will post it. They understand that politics gets a lot of clicks and views. K-pop gets a lot of clicks and views. Entertainment gossip gets a lot of clicks and views. And they don't know anything about anything. And they will create whole ass sites about a particular topic. So again, these are people are getting paid. I have to emphasize, making money to post these negative things. And so here come you, K-pop fan, BTS Army, Stay, whoever. You are reading things on a particular comment section or a Reddit group or whatever that you may come across, or somebody shared. Someone's like, "Hey, look what this person is saying on the site," and they may be a genuine actor, and they're riled up and they read something, and then it gets passed around, and all of a sudden a bunch of fans are flooding this person's site or video with all kinds of comments in the comment section, not knowing that the person who posted it don't care about K-pop. This is one of many accounts that they have, and they know if they post inflammatory thing, it's going to get engagement, and that will bring them money. This is how the game is played. So I'm trying to let you guys know how the game is played, and what things you can look for and what to do about it. So what can you do to protect yourself? And I'm going to give you some certain things to look for. Okay. I have to say this. My life as a content creator has been varied. This isn't my only YouTube channel. I did have another YouTube channel, and I was in another YouTube space. During the pandemic, I got really into reality shows. Okay. So before I was into K-pop, I started to get into like certain reality shows. And so one day, this guy had an open mic on his show that he invited people, his subscribers and viewers, to come. He was a live stream, and he invited people on, and they put you on camera through StreamYards. And so I was like, you know what, I got some things to say, and I went on there, and the rest is history. So I used to be part of the Game of Thrones community as well, because I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, and so I've met a lot of people through that, and then I met a lot of people through the reality shows, and I met people who were content creators that had thousands of subscribers, and some that just had like a couple of thousand. And I know some content creators that to this day they have 100,000, 200,000 subscribers. They've been doing this for quite a while. So I learned from them. I learned how to peep game. Peep game is another way of saying that somebody gave me insider knowledge. Somebody put me on how things work. Once I realized how social media really worked, I had my kids, I started banning it. I started to get off it. So again, I have a Facebook account. It is super secret and private. It has my real name, my real kids, my job, where I live. It's really the only people that I friend on my Facebook are people who are related to me or my children, or people that I work with. So these are people that I really, really know, not randos. Instagram, I used to have an Instagram account. I still have an Instagram account officially out there, but I don't use it. I used to have online businesses, and I used it to advertise my business. I've never had X or Twitter. I've never had Discord or Twitch or anything like that. I do watch a lot of YouTube. I still watch a lot of YouTube. I started out as a YouTube watcher, but I started to distance myself away from social media about 3 years ago, when I started to realize that a lot of people were posting things and it's disingenuous. I started realizing about these content farms, bot farms. I got hooked up to the dead internet theory. If you have time, go look at the dead internet theory, which is a theory that most of the internet and people post on the internet is computer and it's bots anyway. So I believe that. Again, I'm not into conspiracy theories or weird-ish, but I do believe in some of that. That a lot of things that we read from commenters, I don't think a lot of these commenters are real people. But I started really getting into that 3 years ago, and I started to realize, and I watched this documentary on Netflix, I forgot what it was, talking about how damaging social media is to young people, men, boys and girls, to people's self-image. I believe wholeheartedly that social media is going to be the destruction of us all. And I said this 5 years ago, and I say it even more so now. Now people are starting to open their eyes and really see. I'm glad that X started this feature, but there's things that, other than that, figuring out the country of origin, there's other things that you can do to protect yourself. Number one, whenever somebody's posting really posting crap, I would say first, I'll go back. So go back and look at the person's post. Have they made many posts? If they have not posted many things on this Reddit group or YouTube channel and they brand new, baby, I would just pass it up and just keep it moving, honey, if I was you. Because this person may just be flame posting because they're bored, or they're trying to get a quick following, or they're trying to rage bait everybody. I would just pass it up. But if they have posted things and and you can look at the age of their channel or whatever, I would look and see at their country of origin. And then I would look at their description. A lot of content creators, we are told content creation 101 is that you put the keywords in your description to bring people to your channel. Is that if you want deals and you want advertisements and collabs, you need to put a way for someone to get a hold of you. Or if you have other channels, then you will put your other channels in your description. If you go and look at my channel description, for instance, I write pretty extensively about what my channel is, and then links to my Blue Sky. I think I have links to my Wattpad in there. So yes, most content creators have multiple streams. They have at least some different streams. I don't have a lot because I hate social media, but that's one way of getting a follower and building a community. And build a community, build a following means you will have more subscribers. And especially if your channel is monetized, you want people to come back and watch your videos, and that builds engagement. So if somebody has a Reddit site, again, I know how YouTube works. But I've heard this is pretty universal. So if somebody has a website or something and they do not have anything in the description, it's just like, this channel is about BTS. I take a step back because I don't know how serious I can take you. Then you go and look at the age of the channel. How long has this person been around? You know, some people have been doing it for years and years and years. Some people have not. Then you look to see how many subscribers they have. If you have 10, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 subscribers and your comment section's got 50 comments in it, that's a red flag for me. That's why I've been looking at these New Jeans accounts and these anti-BTS fans accounts that have hundreds of thousands. I don't believe it. You can buy followers. You can buy subscribers and viewers. These are things that you can do. Now on YouTube, if you get caught, your channel will get banned and demonetized. But you can do it. So again, my channel, for reference, I have almost 4,000 subscribers. I can get 50, 60 comments in a video. I can get 500 views. If you're looking at someone's post and you're looking at they have like 300,000 subscribers and every video or every post is like 100 comments, the math ain't mathing, honey. There's something wrong with this channel. It is overblown. So definitely look at that. Also, are they a nameless, faceless channel? If the creator of this Reddit, Instagram, X, whatever it is, they never engage, they're never in the comment section, they never have a personable post like, hey guys, you know, I'm working on something, or happy holidays. They never post anything personable. Every post is about whatever the channel's about, whether it be entertainment, K-pop, politics. Every post is about that topic of that channel. They never post anything. Because again, as human beings, naturally, we are going to post something about us personable. 9 times out of 10, things are going to happen to us as a content creator. I don't know any content creator that something has not happened in their lives where their posts had to slow down, or if they post at a certain time, they're going to be late, or something. It's just life. So even if YouTubing or content creation is your full-time job, most of the time people have kids, people have families, people have accidents, things happen in your life where you're like, oh God, I'm going to be late, or I'm not going to be able to go live or something. So you will see at least 1 or 2 personable posts saying happy holidays, I'm running late, I can't post this right now, I'm on vacation. You'll see something. People go on vacation, people do things, life be lifing. If you don't see that ever on that channel, that's another red flag. That channel is probably not run by a real person. People are just using Chat GPT to make posts. You can make posts in any language now, and people are just posting things. So to them, it's a job. It may be a company. It may be a guy owning several channels. It may be run by himself. It may be him and a few family members. That's not real. Even on YouTube, when you hear these nameless, faceless channels with these AI bot voices and these AI things, and again, these people are never in their comment section. They don't ever reply. Even if people ask they ask the content creator questions, you don't ever see them in it. Go and do your research before you get riled up, before you get mad. Go and do your research and learn to use the tools that these companies give you. If you see shit like this, if they're doing something inflammatory, report them to Hive or YG or SM or whoever. Number 2, if you block their channels, you can block and hide anybody on any one of these social medias. I, as a content creator, has learned to block and hide everybody. I don't know why you guys don't do this. There's people in the comment sections that make you mad. And you can go, you can hit profile, and you can see how long that their account has been around. You can see the other channels that they may have commented on. And you can clock these people. Clock these MFers. I give you permission. Start clocking these people, y'all. And when I say clock these MFers, I need y'all to do y'all due diligence. When you start seeing these accounts and you start hitting their profile and you see that they are abusive in other people's channels, the more people that report it, the more the chance you will get your juice. I am the queen. I have to say, I am the unabashed queen of reporting. I can say proudly, even when I had my old YouTube channel, I proudly can say I didn't have many accounts reported. Because again, YouTube in particular, it's my space, gives you the power to do so. If I see abusive-ish in my comment section, I will click on your profile. I will look to see what content you have produced. I will look to see if you've commented on other videos. And then 9 times out of 10, we have mutual channels. Because if y'all are subscribed to mutual channels or y'all have commented on the same channels, it will show you what the person has commented on mutual channels that you guys share. And a lot of times with K-pop and politics, it's a small world. You will notice the same people in the comment section a lot of times. And I will clock you. And I've told people, you come to my live stream, I will clock you. I got time. I got nothing. I am a content creator. But again, these tools are available to everybody, not just content creator. Don't let these people get away with it. I don't. I will look at your comments. There are people that have been on my videos said mean-spirited things about JK and Jimin, and guess what I did? View profile. Let me see. And I found out that 9 times out of 10, these people have commented on other people's videos. And they have commented negative shit. They go around to different videos for some reason, because they don't, sometimes it's the shippers, sometimes it's the Lulu people, and they have said other things in other comment sections about this said particular artist. They could be anybody. If you want to come to my channel as a BTS army and you want to drag Jimin, you want to call Jimin names, you want to say Jimin can't sing, that's fine. When you start F-bombing Jimin and commenting things about his sexuality, no ma'am. YouTube has terms of service conditions. And so as a content creator, me complaining has more weight. But the more people complain about these people, they will get their channel monitored. YouTube will come to them and ask them to send an ID because they want to know how old because they may be underage. So YouTube is like, when you start effing up on YouTube, YouTube will start effing with you. They will start asking you to do age verification. They will start having your account is suspended, or certain posting privileges are suspended because we need you to send a copy of your ID. Hem these people up. Even if you can't get their channel taken down, it will spook these people. Because these people got to understand that people have let toxic people, especially in the K-pop spaces, get away with this shit for too long. And I'm not the one. I am not here for that. Baby, this is not a free speech zone. This is a social media platform owned by Google, owned by a corporation. And if you are saying things and doing things and people have to, like, say, do litigation, you're causing problems for the platform. You're making this not a safe space for me and a safe space for my subscribers and other people. So I'm telling y'all, I give you guys permission. Start clocking these people. Get them. Get these people. There is no space for that, at least on my channel, for that. You are not going to come here and talk about people's gender and sexuality and say F words and say this person's a piece of shit and this. You're not going to say that on my channel. I'll report you. You're not going to come my comment section and you're not going to say things about me or about my subscribers or any of that. And use profanity, because that's, again, go and read YouTube's terms of service conditions. So I need you guys to get familiar with these things. And even if nothing ever happens, even if you report it and the channel comes back and nothing ever happens, you are putting that person on YouTube's radar. So when they get another complaint, the system will bring it up showing, well, we've had 6 or 7 complaints. But now we got more complaints. You will be on that platform's radar. And I'm telling you this as somebody who knows something that knows somebody that knows something about it. I'm telling you this as a content creator who knows other content creators. I'm telling you this as somebody who knows somebody that works in this space and content in a content creator platform. That's somebody that works in this in security for a platform. That this is how it goes. That you may not get a person taken down or anything. Again, not content creators, but regular commenters. Content creators, unless they're saying really defamation, I would go report them to the agency. But I'm talking about people who are saying wholly abusive things in comment sections. People who are harassing content creators in comment sections. That is what I'm thinking. We can all agree to disagree. I don't mind critique. I don't mind people saying, I disagree with that, But when you start using profanity, when you start talking about people's personal, well, look here, you black bee. I've had people say all kinds of racist shit in my comments. You will be reported, which they should be. If people are saying derogatory things about people's race, gender, sexuality, whatever, that is for sure a violation in YouTube's terms and service conditions. And you have a right to say something. You have a right to report that person and just let it go. So I tell people all the time, use the tools. If you want to block somebody on Instagram, you can do it. Report and block. I tell people all the time, report and block. Same thing in the comment section. Don't fight with these people, report and block. Because if they're a bot, YouTube will find them out pretty quickly and they will take their pages down. So report and block. You don't have to have these people show up in your feed. Hide these channels. Hide them at least. If you don't want to report somebody, that's fine. I don't want to hear from this person. I don't want to see this person's Instagram account or Reddit site. This person, I know. They're an awful person. They're saying awful things. Don't sit there and fight with people in the comment section. Report it, block it if you have to, and move on. You don't have to engage in nonsense. Again, this is one reason why I am not on social media, because I realize that social media is toxic madness and nonsense. You can follow your groups, you can follow them personally, you can follow official sites of famous people, but I would not be wrapped up and engaged into these army groups, into these stays group, unless you know the person that's doing it. Some of these groups are started by people, again, and they don't monitor it. They just let people say whatever. I wouldn't support that either. I would come back and be like, hey, organizer, I'm sending you an email or something in the chat box saying there's people on your message board that are saying all kinds of crazy things. What are you going to do about this? If the person doesn't respond or don't do anything about it, I would get off of that website, get out of that board. Then it may not be monitored like it should. People will start things just for monetization. I say it again. People will start things just for monetization. There on TikTok and Facebook and a lot of places, there are people pretending to be members of K-pop. They're like, oh, this is RM's burner account, blah, 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 blah. I've had people on my TikTok send me DMs talking about, I'm really RM, I'm really Sugar. They could barely even spell sugar. Honey, you could barely spell sugar. You finna tell me you Sugar? I will report them. TikTok come back and say, well, they haven't violated any terms. So I guess you could impersonate a celebrity. I know people that have been wrapped up in financial scams and schemes by people pretending to be members of K-pop. But that is for another time in another video. We'll talk about that. I know people, and someone personally told me that their sister was emailing and messaging someone that they thought was Jimin and sending them money. Jimin don't need nobody's money, honey. Period. So don't let these people fool you thinking that ain't no K-pop member gonna slide in your DMs and everything from an account that's not an official account. But again, these social media platforms, they'll let people do it. And people do get scammed. So that's another thing you have to worry about. But don't let these people get away with this stuff in this comment section. Don't like, oh, well, they're just trolls. Trolls need to learn their place. And their place is, it shot your ass to the ether. I firmly believe in reporting people that are abusive. I firmly believe that. I don't care who you are. Again, criticism is one thing, disagreement is another. Race, gender, sexuality, profanity. Those are my ones. Like, why are you in my comment section cussing people out and doing that? Again, even if I'm not the one doing the cussing or the person doing the cussing, that can attract a negative attention from the algorithm and from YouTube. I don't need that on my channel. I don't need that, nor want that, and you should not put up with it in any way, shape, or form, y'all. I'm telling y'all. We will talk about it in the subsequent videos about technology, about AI, how AI is ravaging or potentially ramping up to ravaging the K-pop space. It will be. I've talked about this in my live streams about how technology has really done a deal in. Again, these agencies, I say concluding this agency should know what's going on. They understand what's going on. A lot of times their PR departments, despite my frustrations, do little to protect our artists. And I'm not saying that we should be out here being attack dogs for the artists. I don't believe in that, because the artists are grown and they have resources. And the agency, this is their job. I'm saying to do this as the way to protect your mental wealth and your mental well-being. And also that until these social media platforms, until there's some sort of regulation, which the way things seem in America, there will be no regulation. They're limiting the regulation in AI. They are signing, the president is signing executive orders saying that any state that has signed any regulation regulating and having crimes for AIs, like when I talk about AI, I talk about really talking about deep fakes in this country. That the president signed an executive order last week saying that any states that have these AI laws that he wants these states to be penalized or should be outlawed. So they are fixing to unleash the floodgates on AI. And unleashing the floodgates on AI also unleashes the floodgates on fake channels and anything else and these shenanigans that have gone on. So again, this is not just to protect the artist. Again, they have resources. I want us to protect our own mental health and well-beings, and I want us to protect our spaces. I don't want, again, when I did a video about why the West think K-pop is corny and why K-pop has not gotten a foothold, one of the biggest reasons I put out is the fandom. I care more about the fandom really than I do the artist. Yes, I love BTS. I love my old sugar, but I care more about the K-pop fandom being a safe space for casuals. BTS is coming out with an album, and when that album drops, it's going to bring a lot of new people to the fandom. It's going to bring a lot of young people. It's going to bring a lot of older people. There will be a lot of people coming out to the fandom. And I want people in BTS and K-pop itself to be successful. Any artist, but that's my hobby. So I want people to feel welcome. These toxicity has, to me, in my opinion, has gone on for too long. And again, we have to be discerned about what accounts are out there and understand that people are making money. Honey, people are making money. Again, being a content creator is different than just being a viewer. Y'all don't see the things that I see. And again, I won't tell you guys to get off social media because you guys are adults. Most of y'all, you guys, can make your decision and your discernment. But I would say, y'all, be careful out there. Be careful with your children. Social media is not a safe space for them. There are a lot of predators. There are a lot of crazy people on social media. There are a lot, like I said, there's a lot of fakery and fuckery on social media. Lots of fuckery. So I'm telling y'all, what the best way I can say is that, don't fall for it. Don't engage unless you absolutely positively have to. And again, the things that I gave you, you can look on these accounts to see if these accounts are real or not. And once you get to, you get to seeing it, you can't unsee it. Then you're like, oh, that's a bot. Oh, that's fake. Or this person, they probably don't live. And that's the same thing for politics or anything else. Do not believe these accounts. The syntax be all weird when they write in sentences, and you're like, no American talks like that. Like, who writes like that? Or even if they're in your country's language, you're like, that didn't sound like French or Russian or Tamil or whatever, or Tagalog. That doesn't sound anything like how somebody would really, because they're not. They're using a translator to write posts. So again, y'all don't let these people get y'all riled up and fool y'all. Y'all don't let these people ruin your experience on the internet. Again, one of the reasons why I created my YouTube channel is because I wanted to have a more safe space for K-pop fans because I just see a lot of, when I was in my early days getting to know K-pop, and when I would get on social media to try to join groups, I would just see this rampant. Like, people would create groups and they would be unmonitored. Like, people wouldn't even bother to monitor. Like, people literally are creating groups and getting channels monetized because it brings in money, and they don't care what the people post. The more the people bicker and fight, the more money that they make. I am not here for that. I have a job. I have a career. K-pop is a passion and it's a hobby. I'm not here to try to dupe y'all into spending money on my channel. I'm not here to rage bait you guys because I need the clicks and the views and engagement. YouTube is not my job. I have a career. I have kids. I have responsibilities. I have a great career. So again, YouTube is not here for me to build this social media empire. I am not empire building. I am providing community. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to provide a safe space and community. I am not here to get rich. I would have to have 3 million subscribers to really get to the point where I would leave my job for YouTube. I would never leave my job for YouTube. YouTube don't pay me enough money to leave my job. I don't know. I would have to have thousands upon thousands. I would have to be making many different streams of income. I have enough. I work like 6 days a week in my regular job, and I like my career. And so again, this is not a way for me to get rich or anything. My job is to just provide community, to talk about something that I'm passionate about, something that I genuinely, truly love. There's a lot of people out there faking to be K-pop fans. They do K-pop reaction videos and they do K-pop commentary, and you can tell that they not about this K-pop life. But there's a lot of fakers and faking the funk. I let them get their bag how they want to get their bag, but I'm just saying that I ain't trying to criticize them. Get your money, get your coin. But I didn't get into K-pop because, well, it's gonna bring a bunch of fans and people are gonna comment on it. I don't do stuff like that. I just want you guys to be safe out there, and don't take things for face value, and don't just trust these content creators, because again, they greedy. These content creators are greedy, y'all. They some greedy bastards. I'm just letting y'all know. But anyway, put in the comments, what do you think? I know you guys have experienced a lot more toxicity than I have. Some of you guys are on social media all the time, so you come up against it. Some of you guys will come to my channel because y'all are like, oh my God, finally someplace where people aren't crazy. And that's how I felt. I felt like there wasn't a lot of spaces for me and people who thought like me, who thought about the business and thought about the industry as an industry and a business. There was a lot too much emotional immaturity out there. And that's why one of the reasons why I created my channel, besides my love for K-pop and BTS, and me wanting to express that. But I'm like, I also want some place that people can come and be like, well, I can go to her channel because I know there ain't no foolishness going on there. I know her comment section don't have crazy people yelling at each other. I don't want to go in people's comment sections and read people bickering back and forth. I don't have time for that. I'll just hide you and move on. And I know a lot of content creators won't do that because they love the engagement. And again, I understand how the game is played, but it doesn't mean I like it. I don't like it. So again, what I do on my channel is for me. I'm not trying to criticize anybody else out here doing their thing, the content creators, but I'm saying this is just for me. And I try to put y'all on to how this thing is played, because a lot of content creators don't want to tell y'all the truth, that they post things that they don't like, that they don't love, that they don't feel passionate about, and they do this because they want engagement. They do it for clicks and views. They do it because they're trying to come up, they're trying to be an influencer or a big YouTuber. That's their goal. I'm telling y'all, that is not my goal. My goal is to connect with people and for us to just have some fun and love our groups and criticize our groups when they're warranted, and just have a little kiki and just a little laugh and not be so serious. And I'm not trying to eat off of y'all or nothing like that. That's what I'm here for. And I just want you guys to understand why social media is such a bad, horrible place. But, you make that decision if you want to. But get in the comment section and tell me what you think. But make sure you like, share, subscribe. Again, I do have a K-pop shop where I have original designs for K-pop t-shirts for the grown and sexy crowd. And then until next time, guys, you guys be safe out there. Have a good night.